You're live, I'm live. Welcome to an episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Hopefully you can hear it. I got a lapel mic. That's cool. Oh shit, did I just turn it off? I think it's on. Nope. Alright. Solid green means it's connected to the transmitter. So it was my birthday a week ago. My parents gave me a $50 Amazon gift card. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to finally get a nice wireless mic. It's just kind of like the Raycons. It comes in this pod thing. You just charge it right into a Type-C. And seems to be a pretty seamless pairing. So anyway, I wanted to do a pretty special beer to celebrate the new mic. And hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me know in the comments if you can't. Of course, if you can't hear this, you wouldn't know to say that. So anyway, here's what we got. So I thought this was pretty cool. I always like the clown shoes label. Crunkle Sam, American barley wine ale, aged in bourbon barrels. It's 10.5 ABV. This was canned on May 23rd, 28th, 23rd of this year. So this is only 3 months old, a little over 3 months old. Still, it might be, actually I should have bought a bunch of these and let them age, but let's see what happens. So a little lighter than I was expecting, kind of that kind of marmalade orange color. It's quite hazy. That's probably just chill haze. We'll see if it clears as it warms up. Still got a little bit of a kind of a ivory foamy head sticking around. It's funny, I mentioned marmalade on the color. It kind of has the marmalade kind of smell to it. Yeah, it's very malty, very sweet. It has like almost like a citrusy aroma, orange, almost like I said, like orange marmalade, like some kind of orange jelly. I mean, that sweetness is just from like the massive malts that they get in there. There could be adjunct sugars in here. Let's see, it says, get ready to dance like nobody's watching and be wowed by the sheer spectacle that is Crunkle Sam. Sounds like something to be like on Rick and Morty. The judges have no more thumbs to give, and America has voted the troupe is unstoppable. Equally astounding is Crunkle's signature barley wine ale, an ever-present malty sweetness as a spotlight, while subdued barrel flavors and all-American hops added after barrel aging. Oh, they added hops after barrel aging. That's interesting. Play a supporting role. So, I guess it would be dry hopping. Hey, Logan wants to join in. Leo will lick the condensation on the outside of the glass. I've never seen Logan do it. You want some, dude? I'm gonna have to get a new tripod. This one's kind of like a cheap one. I used to have, back in the heydays of Chad's Beer Reviews in Albany, I had this like $30 super rugged tripod. But anyways, yeah, so orange, citrus. I mean, American barley wines are very, very similar to double IPA. So like compared to the English barley wines, there's way more hoppy. So it's totally normal that you would get a pretty fragrant hop aroma on a barley wine. Although I will say, this is a bourbon barrel aged. I really don't get bourbon or barrel. Maybe like way in the back there is like that signature bourbon aroma, slight vanilla or woody scent. You want some? Yep. Leo was licking the condensation, but Logan didn't. So, by the way, good test to see if this microphone's working. I'm doing laundry, the dryer's going. So let me know if it's picking up the dryer. But anyways, let's dive in here. Cheers. Kind of cleared the sinuses there. I haven't had that experience in a long time. I haven't had a beer this strong in a while. Well, I did KBS recently, but yeah, same thing on the palate as I was saying with the nose. Like the first thing that hit me was like an orange marmalade kind of flavor. Definitely classic American, probably Cascade hops. Or actually, does it say on here? It might say on here. Barrel Guild. Beer without pretension. Maybe if I went on their website, it would say, but no. So it kind of reminds me of like a West Coast double IPA, but like way more malty. I haven't had an American barley wine. Like, well, okay, like take Sierra Nevada, Bigfoot. That's a pretty popular one, and you can get it pretty much anywhere. This one is, yeah, I'd kind of say it's a little similar to Bigfoot. I think Bigfoot was like just like more in your face with everything, like more hop flavor, more hop aroma. But like it's kind of like that same character. It's got, I mean, Sierra Nevada, they're a California brewery. They're going citrus and tropical hops all day, you know. So this is, you know, it's a little similar to Bigfoot, at least as far as the hop aroma and flavor. It is a nice bready malty base. Maybe slightly, a little toasty. Maybe a little bit of a caramel kind of flavor in there. There is like, you know, plenty of residual sweetness on here. Maybe that caramel I'm picking up is the bourbon barrel, which tends to come across. I mean, the wood just tends to give like a vanilla flavor. I will say the bourbon character on here and the barrel is subtle. It's not like Founders KBS or Goose Island or something like that, where it's like as soon as you just open the container, you can smell the bourbon character in the barrel. This one, it's a little more subtle. So I'd be curious to find out how much, you know, how long did they age it in the bourbon barrels? So if I'm judging this as a specialty wood age beer, it would score quite low because the wood character is so subtle. You know, somebody could have just handed this to me and said, you know, it's an American barley wine, and I'd be like, yeah, I get it. Yeah, pretty hoppy. I will say that for like a barley wine, this is surprisingly simple palate. I mean, it's just like this kind of like orange marmalade flavor. You know, kind of a generic. It's probably just like 2-row for the malt, and maybe a little bit of specialty malt. I mean, to get that color in there. Like I said, like tiny little bit of a toast in there, and quite subtle vanilla bourbon barrel character. It's a shame because like for, you know, such a big deal beer like this, I didn't even really get a close look at the label. So it's just like it's like a circus or something with Uncle Sam, or like a ballet or Cirque du Soleil or something like that. I always like clown shoes labels. This is okay. I will say it's rather disappointing. I think it was like $8 for this can. So, you know, if I'm paying $8 for only 12 ounces, you know, if it was 22, it might be a little bit of a different story. But $8 for 12 ounces. I want like a little bit more than this. This is okay. This just basically just tastes like somebody's homebrew. Yeah. Citrusy hops, kind of a bready malt base, slight caramel, slight woodiness, faint bourbon, faint like a toasty maltness or something. The alcohol does come through. I forgot to mention that. It's 10.5, you know, pretty strong. Definitely a warming sensation on the throat. And like I said, like that first swig there, it kind of cleared my sinuses, which is actually pretty normal on a strong beer like this. It's not like rubbing alcohol or you know, at least it's not like fusel, or, you know, it's not like gasoline or, you know, or anything like that. And it's not a sipper either, which is nice. Sometimes there's been some beers I've had that are like these huge mammoth beers, and you can only like take a tiny sip at a time. I mean, I'm not going to chug this down. It's just not quite the decadent, you know, it's not a decadent experience I was hoping for. I was hoping this is going to be on par with KBS, with Goose Island, something like that. It's, to me, this is, like I said, it's just, it's pretty average. As far as rating on this one, I'm going to go surprisingly low. I mean, Clown Shoes, most of their beers have been like, you know, it's pretty rare they get above like 4.25 for me. In fact, it's pretty rare they get 4. They're usually like 3.5 to 4. And that's what this is. This is like, this is 3.5 tops. It's quite, like I said, it's simple, kind of basic. It's just, I don't think they aged it in bourbon barrels long enough. I mean, they might have aged it for like 10 minutes. And then you can legally call it a bourbon barrel aged beer. Or it could have been 10 months for all I know. I just don't know. I mean, Clown Shoes, talk to the guys at KBS, at Founders or Goose Island to find out what the secret of bourbon barrel aging is, because this ain't it. Or just put this base brew out without the bourbon barrel, and hopefully it would be a much cheaper price tag. Man, I'm going almost 12 minutes again. If you watch all the way in, you are awesome. Let me know how the mic sounds, and I will see you guys whenever. All right, bye.